Hi, this is Kristen here, and welcome to another process video. And today I'm working on day 20 of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Now this sketch shows kind of a circle with the middle cut out. Looks like your picture is in the middle, and then like with some musical notes around it. So I take this pretty bandana paper. So this came in Color Rush Studios Make It, and this is actually Cartabella paper, and it's from a line called Cowgirl. So I cut the center out. And the reason why I had used a razor blade or an X-Acto knife at the beginning is just so that way I could get my scissors in there without, ripping the paper or folding it. And anytime I fussy cut a circle out, I always distress it because I never feel like I can ever get like a perfect circle cut out. The paper in the background that you see that has the brown with the florals on it, this is actually the back side of this paper. So the kit came with two of those papers. Now I was trying to really closely follow the sketch and had tried to cut the bandana in a circle and was not happy with it. Like, it did not look great. I tried to get it as much like centered to where like the bandana looked like, and you can see here where it wasn't. I obviously did not make my cut in the center, so it just looked wonky. So I decided to not cut it in a circle, leave the pink paper intact as whole, and then just cut the middle out. So I'm still kind of following the sketch, but not exactly. Now I end up using this brown cardstock, just, plain cardstock I wasn't going to really use, to put the border on, so that way, since I had the bandana cut where there was a circle missing and then a big portion of this was missing, I wanted to make sure that I had some heft behind both of those papers, because Cartabella, if you ever worked with Cartabella paper, it's pretty thick paper. So I wanted to make sure I had some kind of base underneath it, just to make sure that everything kind of stayed intact and, wasn't falling apart. I do decide to use the centerpiece that I cut out of the bandana to just put in to fill in that circle. So, and granted it's split there, but by the time I get the pictures in and get the ephemera, like, you can't even tell it's split there. So I figured rather than waste the paper or have it sit somewhere and be unused, why not use it in this layout? So the pictures I'm going to be documenting are of my daughter. She was wearing a little bandana. Granted, it was blue, but, close enough. So I was cleaning the house and had my hair in a bandana, and she wanted a bandana like Mama. So I put her little head in a bandana, and she looks so stinking cute. So I'm going to pull out the ephemera pieces that were included in the kit this month. It was a lot heavily cowgirl type stuff. So there was a lot of pieces I couldn't use just because, it just wasn't the right setting for it. So, but I do pull out this howdy y'all, and then a little circular piece there with the floral that's similar, almost probably the same floral as what's in the border paper. I pull out this tag that says she's whiskey in a teacup, which that is her. Like, this girl can be like so sweet, but so feisty and sassy all at the same time. Like, so I'm like, that is like perfectly encompasses her. These flower pieces that you see me using. So here lately I've been trying to really go through my stash and do a little bit of stash busting as I'm doing these layouts and thinking outside the box rather than just use the collections I'm given. Try to pull in pieces from, ephemera that I've had for a while. So those florals, I don't even know when I got them, but they've been in my stash for a long time. And I thought they looked like they worked really well in this layout. The little blue pieces are actually like faux leather. It feels and it looks like leather, but they're like kind of like that Western, kind of diamond pattern. And I thought that looked really good, kind of sitting behind those clusters of flowers there. And then these little hearts that I pulled in, those are fabric hearts. Now I had some of those from like another Color Rush kit, and then I think some of those came in this month's kit, or in May's kit as well. So So I'm going to go ahead and get the pictures all adhered down. I've gotten the middle one adhered down, and then I'm going to adhere the other ones down. So I considered like mounting these, but I'm like, you know, it would be kind of an awkward spot to mount just because I am tucking them into that circle. So I just let them be. I feel like sometimes it's just, you know, it makes more sense to not mount photographs. So I'm going to start gluing stuff down here with the florals and the hearts. So any fabric piece I adhere down, I always will hot glue it. Now I went off camera to heat up my hot glue gun, started to glue things down. I was really messing with the flowers here because these florals, they were kind of like thick, but like I felt like they could, I felt like it could be like smushed down. It just like there was a ton of like hot glue that when they put the florals together, that was what was kind of making it so like want to sit up so high. I mean, they're not like super like thick, but I mean, it will add quite a bit of thickness to the page. So I inadvertently ended up popping off the little pearls that were in the middle and couldn't find one of the pearls. So I just decided to put some of the glitter down in the centers of the petals here on both of them. So I had thought that I had started filming things back when my hot glue gun had finally heated up, and I had not turned back on the camera. So everything at this point has been adhered down, and now I'm just adding some sequins to the layout. This sequence came in the Color Rush Make kit. And I cut out a lot of this video because I was trying to do like just drop the glitter on the page and then try to just glue it where it lies. And I kept messing with it. And then I picked it up, did it again. I was like, I don't really like where it's dropping. So I was like, let me just glue it down where I want it, you know. I was really trying to like go hard with that kind of like, you know, kind of glue it down where it rests when you drop it on there. But it was just bothering me too much. Now the tag, you notice I did tuck a little piece of fabric there. That was part of the frazzles that came in the Color Rush Make kit. So I did end up adding that just for a little bit more texture on this layout. So initially I was reserved about purchasing this kit just because, you know, we don't live in the Western states. We don't ride horses all that often. I did end up winning part of this kit from International Scrapbooking Day. And then I end up buying like the add-ons too as well. So like the add-on kit as well as the acrylic. And this just goes to show you that even though it was very Western themed, you can still do a non-Western themed layout and mix in some of those elements. And look at how pretty that paper is. It almost looks like it's like fabric. Here are some close-ups, and I appreciate you coming by to watch another process video.